The story of Po. Po, a person who loved and cared for the author ever since he was a baby. The author shares some heartwarming stories of the many things Po did for him. But who is Po? I was only 2.5 months old when I first met Po. The place was Grandpa's house in Taipei, Taiwan. My mom took me with her to Taiwan for a visit. She could not wait to show off her brand new baby boy to all the friends and relatives back home. I made quite a first impression on everybody there because I was crying as if I had been stabbed by a sharp pin. Having just been on a 15-hour flight from America, Mom was too tired to calm me down. So, Po offered to hold me and to cuddle me so that Mom could get some rest. Walking and rocking me back and forth throughout the night, Po was finally able to put me to sleep. Po must have had very sore arms and feet that first time we met. Although I was too young to really remember anything of this first meeting, I could just picture it in my mind years later when Mom told me about it. My next meeting with Po took place when I was 2 years old. Mom was offered a teaching job for 1 year in Taiwan. We stayed at Grandpa's 4-bedroom flat in Taipei. Po lived there too. I had a severe nose bleeding problem at that time. For some unknown reason, my nose would bleed heavily at least 2 or 3 times a day. Both Mom and Po were very worried. Mom took me to many doctors, but none of them seemed to help. Po asked around among friends and found out about an experienced Chinese herbal doctor. Mom decided to give it a try. After the herbal doctor had felt my pulse from both wrists, he wrote a long prescription in Chinese characters. Mom told me that there were at least 20 herbs included in the prescription. But that was nothing compared to what we had to do with the prescription afterwards. Mom brought home a huge bag of herbs which had been carefully measured and mixed and packed and sealed at the herb store. To get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start simmering 1 pack of herbs for 4 hours every day became a ritual for Mom and Po. It was very important that the heat and the amount of water be just right at all times so that the medicine would work properly. Since Mom had a busy schedule at the university, Po offered to do it all alone. It was very difficult to make me drink 3 times a day after meals the dark brown liquid made from all the herbs. I'm sure it was the most horrible tasting medicine that anybody has ever had to take. I was only 2 years old, so I could not be reasoned with. It took Po great patience to get the medicine carefully prepared. It took Po almost unbelievable effort, along with some magic, to actually manage to get the yucky liquid into that stubborn little mouth of mine. By the end of the 8th month, I was completely cured. Po, on the other hand, had lost about 10 kilograms. Though we returned to America after 1 year, Mom took me back to Taiwan at least once a year, and we got to spend a lot of time with Po on each visit. Every time we came back to the United States, our suitcases would be overflowing with food, clothes, and toys that Po had bought for us. When Po saw us off at the airport, I could not hide my feelings very well. Trying to cheer me up, Po said,
"Don't be sad, Abe. We'll see each other again sooner than you think. Besides, we'll always be together in our hearts."
However, I detected some shakiness in Po's voice and tears in her eyes. Po was invited by Mom and Dad to come visit us in the States. I was so excited that I could not sleep the night before. The day Po arrived, Mom and Dad took me to pick her up at the San Francisco International Airport. I was going to give Po a big hug, but she called out,
"Oh, be careful, Abe. I've got my hands full."
In Po's hands was my favorite Chinese pastry that weighed about 14 kilograms. Po had insisted on hand carrying it halfway around the world so that the delicious and delicate pastry would stay fresh and look nice, not squeezed or smashed. I could write a whole book about the nice things that Po has done for me, but I can never fully express my appreciation for her. Po is the most caring and loving person that I have ever known, besides my own parents. By the way, Po is 72 years old now. She is the mother of my mother. As a matter of fact, Po is the Chinese word for grandma.